Guys, good morning. Just want to talk to you about should you invest into the S&P 500 or the S&P 500. I'll elaborate what that means now in a second, but basically I just mean, should you invest into assets or should you invest into yourself, because you're the best asset that you have? The short answer is you should invest into yourself first, because if you invest into assets and you don't know how to manage them, you don't know about tax implications, you don't know about security, you don't know how to manage your psychology, it doesn't matter how well the assets do, you won't make any money. And how I know that is that I've buddies with people who've been in the Bitcoin and crypto space for much longer than me, much longer. So they've had Bitcoin when it was under £1,000. Okay, they've had Ethereum for 100 quid, but none of them are rich, none of them are wealthy, and that's because they didn't invest into the S&P 500. They only invested into the asset. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Short and sweet. Hit the like button if that sounds good. So where I got that phrase, if any of you are familiar with that phrase, should you invest into the S&P 500 or the S&P 500, that means you're onto a winner. Okay, that means you're aware of an old mentor of mine called Alex Hormozi. Now Alex is a viral guy. He's blown up now. Alex will talk to all the top companies in the States for 200 grand an hour and just teach their employees about business and how to run the companies better and everything. But way back when, before Alex was able to charge 200 grand an hour, Dinny spotted him, because not only is Dinny good at spotting assets early and trends early, but he's also able to spot amazing mentors early. So Alex was actually my mentor way back when I would have been able to afford him. Now, he wasn't cheap. He was 16 grand. But Alex mentored me for over a year. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So when it comes to investing, and this comes off the back of an email that I got, and I get it on Facebook messages and Instagram messages, just saying like, Dinny, tell me what to invest in and tell me when to buy it and when to sell it and all this. And I'm like, you're missing the point, okay? You've got to invest into yourself first, because Bitcoin will do a 10x, 20x, 100x, 500x, 1000x. It doesn't matter, okay? That'll take time. But you personally, you can do a 1000x. You can do a 1000x by the end of this year. It might take Bitcoin 20 years to do a 1000x, okay? You can do it by the end of this year by making yourself work more, make yourself more valuable. And this is the key skill. And this is what I want to communicate. When it comes to investing, it's nothing to do with the price of something, it's all to do with the value of something, okay? It's all to do with your return on investment, and this is where we go wrong. So I'll just give you a story about my first instance on investing before I realised the value in it. So my first coach, I heard him, his name was Simon, and he cost me 4,000 euros. At the time I was living in a caravan, I had no money, I was really struggling, and I had I won't say a failing business, but a business that I was breaking my balls over and I was making hardly any money. And luckily Simon was good at selling. He also taught me how to sell. And he sold me the program for 4 grand, even though I couldn't afford it. You know, that was pretty much every penny in my bank account. Now what that program, guys, hit the like button if you like these off crypto topic, but more important than crypto, I think, content. What that course taught me to do was, although I spent 4 grand, it actually helped me turn that business around. And instead of that business making, 300 quid a week, the business started doing, went into 5 figures, which for me was big at the time. It was like, wow, 5-figure business, this is crazy. And it was my first instance. It's okay, I spent 4 grand, but now I'm making 5 figures. Like, this was good use of my capital. This was good spending of my money. And when we come to investing, we don't understand finance, right? And we think the only thing we can invest in is assets. But it's to try and help you understand that you are the asset, and by investing into yourself, you can have your highest return. Another one of my coaches was, I had a successful fitness business, but I wanted to get out of the business. I didn't really want to work in the business anymore. Okay, but I didn't know how to do that. And that's when I hired Alex. And he taught me how to scale the business and how to extract myself from the business, which was awesome. Okay, because the whole point of a business is that the business should run without you. Not with you, if you truly want to own a large business, it's got to run without you. And I paid Alex 16 grand. But Alex helps us take that business from now a 6-figure business to becoming a 7-figure business, okay? So when I would have consulted my buddies and said, yeah, I'm thinking of hiring this guy, this coach, he's American, been following him for a while, reading all his stuff, seems to make a lot of sense. I think he can add value to my business. And they're like, oh yeah, how much are you going to pay him? Like 16 grand. They're like, 16 grand, Dinny, you crazy? It's like, yeah, because To me, once you learn how to invest, the price of something is irrelevant. It's the value that you can get from it. It's your return on investment. So for the majority of you people on this, you haven't invested into yourself and you're leaving so much on the table, okay? And if you really want to retire early, you've got to invest into yourself. I'm not trying to sell myself on you that you should go and do our courses or hire me as a consultant, although you should, okay? But you need to invest into yourself. You need to invest into courses. You need to invest into people who are where you want to be, because that's the way we get there, okay? We can learn two ways. One, by making mistakes and wasting our own money, okay, but that's really costly. Wealthy people don't do that. The second way, what wealthy people do, is what I learned over the years, is wealthy people find people who have done what they want to do and they pay them to teach them, and it fast tracks their success, and they're not interested in the price that they pay that person or that service or that course or whatever it is that they find. They're only interested in what's the return I can get in my investment. It's a different way of thinking. For some of you guys it might be new. I remember for me, my first time investing, it was like mind-blowing. You know, it was like, geez, I'm about to spend $4,000. This is every penny I have in my bank account. And it was only months after I was like, started to think, I was like, okay, if I can spend 4 and that takes me into 5 figures, it's not really about the price of stuff anymore. It's about the return on investment. And then the cogs start turning, and then slowly everything starts to change. So it's all about return on investment. The price doesn't matter. And I'll give you a little analogy of that. I'm walking down the street here, okay? If I pull out, let's say I pull out 50 quid and I offer to sell it to you for a tenner, okay? That's a good investment, because you're getting something that's 5 times more valuable than what you're paying for it. But what about if I find a bit of dog poo on the ground there? Okay, I don't see any around. Luckily it's nice and clean here. And I offer to sell that to you for a penny. Now that's 1,000 times cheaper, but it's not valuable, okay? So the price is irrelevant. Cheap doesn't mean valuable. Value and price are disconnected. And sophisticated investors start to learn that. Guys, have a super day. Invest into yourself, because investing into the S&P 500 is more valuable than investing into the S&P 500 or even investing into Bitcoin. Guys, if I can help in any way, check out bitcoinwithdinny.com. Have a super day. I'm in the office consulting all day, so just going to get a bit of breakfast here now. Dinny out.